Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at issue 42 of the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest magazine. It is right here, like the other one, upside down. This is the part 2 of the full kit of the Plague Burst Crawler, because part 1 was of course in issue 41 and it had a full build guide in that issue, so if it's not in here it will be in that one. Let's unbox this, or unwrap this as it were, and we'll have a look. As I always say, in case you don't know, this Conquest magazine is £7.99 a week, or basically £32 a month, and it typically includes half kits or full kits of models for a hugely reduced price, which is great. And actually, if you don't buy any kits from Games Workshop, you are really gonna I say get your money's worth. You're going to have something to build every month, and if you're an avid hobbyist like myself, that's going to keep you busy for a couple of weeks or so, especially if you want to paint everything too at that speed. Unfortunately, of course, with all the new releases, I haven't been able to keep up with that. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the same format and have a look at the magazine first, then I'll look at the sprue. The next video will be the review of issue 41 and 42. I kind of like to do the unboxing and first look of an issue and then do the review, you know, as the next video. So this one here, it starts off with Ages of Mankind, the Eye of Terror, the Garden of Nurgle. This is quite interesting. Rancid Paradise, and then Ground to Dust. A little bit of a story there, a bit of fiction for a couple of pages, and then How to Paint the Plague Burst Crawler. So obviously in the last issue we had how to build it, and now we're having to paint it, and we've got some highlights too. So they set about painting it in very nice gold blingy colours and so on. Nice dry brushing there of the Stormhost Silver, and that's what they got. I mean, to be fair, it says ready for action, but it does look like it's just come out of the factory, out of the Death Guard factory. But still, you can always just cover it with Egrex Earthshade and put some more pus and stuff on it, and to make a bit more, you know, thematic. Anyway, so that's the main part of this issue, is how to paint the model. Battle for Kalon, a bit more fiction, and then we've got a mission for Kalon Must Fall, and then Siege of the City, and then we've got the data sheet for the Plague Burst Crawler. Very, very decent model. I prefer the Myphitic Blight Hauler. I just love that model anyway. It's so cool that you got that model in this subscription. I was overjoyed about that, because now I've got 4. Awesome. But with the Plague Burst Crawler, it's a heavy support choice. It's a power points cost of an 8. It's quite slow, obviously, movement 9 inches, ballistic skill 4+ isn't the best either, but it does have a good toughness at 8. It does have 12 wounds, and it does have a 3+ save. It does have that disgustingly resilient and a 5+ invulnerable save, so that's pretty good. So good high toughness, can ignore wounds on a 5+, and it has the invulnerable save as well. The main weapon there, the Plague Burst Mortar, does have a minimum range of 12 inches, but it can go up to 48 inches. You can re-roll rolls of 1 for the weapon, and it can also target models that are not visible to the firing model. And it's a whopping strength 8. Okay, the AP is not amazing at -2, and the damage is, you know, D3, but it does have heavy D6, and that might let you down having the heavy D6, but statistically the damage is going to be 2 or more. You can go for, I say, long range with the entropy cannons. They're good strength 8, AP -4 D6, so a bit like las cannons but a shorter range. Or you can go for the up close and personal, the Plague Spitters, which are assault weapons, a bit like flamers really, and they automatically hit. And you can also have that little gun at the front, which is either the Heavy Slugger or the Rothail volley gun. They're very similar. The Rothail is a better strength and a better AP, but a shorter range. However, the Heavy Slugger gets 1 more shot, but less strength and less AP. It really depends what kind of role you want it to go for, but if you've got the Plague Spitters, I'd go for the Rothail volley guns, because you want to get it closer, that vehicle. Anyway, that's just my little look at the rules. I'll go through the rules properly in the full review. This then shows you the next 2 issues, issue 43 and issue 44. Issue 43 has the thermic plasma regulators in a new bit of scenery that I've never had experience of before. And then issue 44, unfortunately, looks like you only get two paints. You get a lead bilcher, which is common as muck, and you get Necron compound, which is actually, Necron compound is a good dry paint, and I use that on like my Imperial Knights and things to highlight metal more than the Stormhost silver. Stormhost silver, you can do that better on sort of smaller models, but still that's good for like tank tracks and things like that. But yeah, that's a bit poor that you only get 2 paints if you actually only do indeed get 2 paints, but we'll see as the issue, you know, progresses. Still pretty cool that you get the scenery. We'll have a look at that in the future. So let's have a look at the sprue itself. So in here you get the plague spitters, you get the other parts of the entropy cannons, you get the front dozer blade thing. It's pretty cool. It's a shame you can't just add parts to it and things, because each dozer blade is going to be sort of pitted in the same way as every other plague burst crawler, but luckily you know, I've got 2 now, including this one, so that's fine. You get these front sections which just protect the tracks a little bit, and then you get this, which is a bit of a pain because of how curved it is. To glue that and to fit it on, you might have a few issues there. You also get the mortar there and the casing for it, and it's holding, and you get this curved part too for it. So bigger parts on this, but now you've got enough to build that plague burst crawler, which is brilliant. So I'm going to go away and do that and get you the next video, which will be the review of issue 41 and issue 42. So I hope you join me for that video. What do you guys think of all of these 4 issues actually in this set, 39, 40, 41 and 42? Do you think it was a good buy, especially that you got the codex as well? But let's face it guys, this month has been £52 for a £40 tank, £22 captain, 3 paints and a codex. Personally, I think we could have done without a codex, especially as the main focus of all this collection is not Silver Templars at all. It's actually Death Guard and Ultramarines. But please do put all your comments and thoughts about these 4 issues down below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Papa bless.